Hello and welcome, my SAT peeps. We're going to go over test 4 of the math. So that's section 2, module 1. So get your calculators ready. We got the SAT4 calculator program available from mcstudying.com, and we're going to rock it. At least the first half of the math section today. Okay, here we go. We are test number 4 from the College Board. Section 2, Module 1. So basically, this is the first half of the math section of Test 4. Okay, to start off with number 2, what percentage of 300 is 75? So using the SAT4 SAT Math Calculator program, that's going to be under percents, option 5. And then what percentage of 300 is 75? So basically, we're saying 75 is B percent of C. Putting in the format that we have here for option 4, A is B percent of C. Sorry, it's actually 75 is B percent of 300. Okay, so what is always going to be the missing variable? 75, and just rephrasing it, 75 is what percentage of 300? So the A is B percent of C. So in this case, it's the B is the unknown. That's option 2. And the A value is 75. And then the C value is 300. So 75 is B percent of C. So, okay, 25%. Fantastic. That's option A. Yay. Okay, good. And then we've got question 3 here. That looks to me to be a quadratic. And then we just want to solve an x squared because it's x squared over 25 equals 36. This little warning here, only one x squared term, please, because otherwise we might have extraneous solutions and whatnot. So on the left side, and that means the left side of the equal sign, we say left side, right side of equations. So x squared over 25 equals what? Oh, right side's 36. So we're going to get two answers. X1 is 30, y1 is 36, and then x2 is negative 30, y1 is 36. So we're going to go with option B here, just so you know. I like to go through both just to be safe, just in case. Okay, so we're going to go on. I think the next one is question 8. Okay. It says for the linear function, oh my gosh, linear function. So we're going to go to our option 2, linear functions. And then table shows 3 values of x and corresponding values of f of x. Which equation defines f of x? So this is going to be my x1 is sorry, make that look like an x, x1 and y1. And then this will be my x2 and this will be my y2. I just want to label it just so those unfamiliar kind of see what's going on. So we're going to go with the 2 points as our input. And then our x1 is 0. And then our y1 is 29. And then our x2 is 1. And our y1 is 32. So there we go. So we've got all different forms. We got y equals 3x plus 29. Looks like a good one. We have a perfect match right here. Sometimes we do get lucky because the SAT likes like, oh, we're going to put a 29 plus 3x or something. Okay. Just, you know, that's built up little concern about the SAT. Okay, so scatter plot shows relationship between two variables x and y. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to go linear equation, and then we're going to go with 2 points. And you're like, well, what 2 points? We're going to look at something here. It looks to me, and we're just going to look for something close to it. This is going to be something an approximation. I'm going to say something like this, you know, is close to a line of best fit. And this is just me kind of guessing a little bit. We're going to be not perfectly great, but we just want to get 2 points. That's 0, 10. We're going to do the x value first, 0, and the y, the up and down, is 10. And then let's take another point. Even though this isn't one of the points that's given in the data, it's one of the points on the line I drew, and that's 5, 5. So don't worry about this. We're just going to get appropriate, like approximate appropriate, generally the same thing in the SAT. So our x1 is 0. That's x coordinate of this coordinate pair. and then the y1 is 10, and then the x2 is 5, and the y2 is 5. So we go through that. And then, oh, okay, cool. We get y equals negative 1x plus 10. Okay, and this is that last equation I told you, like, oh, we kind of got lucky. See, because this is how the SAT does it. Instead of doing like y equals ax plus b, they're doing y equals b plus ax. So the first thing is we have a negative in front of the x value. So we know it's not this because that's plus 0.9x, and this is plus 9.4x. And if we rewrite it, we have y equals 10 minus 1x. And that's awfully close to this one, option D. That's 9.4 minus 0.9x. Because 0.9 is much closer to negative 1 than negative 9.4 is to negative 1. So that's the closest thing we have here. And that's how it works when you do linear square or line of best fit or linear regression or least square regression line. It's an approximation. I know a lot of us want perfection or certainty. This is just an approximation here. Okay, the given equation describes the relationship between the number of birds, B, so B is birds and reptiles is R, so I'll use a different color there, that can be cared for at a pet care business on a given day. If the business cares for 16 reptiles, that means R is 16. So instead of saying 2.5B plus 5R, it's going to be 5 times 16. Because you see, 16 reptiles, reptiles is R. Sorry, I'll erase that so you can see it more clearly. Reptiles is R. Then we get that. So we get 2.5B plus 80 equals 80. And then we're just going to solve for x. So we're going to solve an equation. You probably figured it out already in your head, but I'm just showing you how we can use this. And again, I'm not going to use b. I have to use x because that's the variable key we have. 2.5x plus 80 on the left-hand side, and then 80 on the right-hand side. And we get x equals 0. So guess what? No birds today, baby. Sorry about that for the avian people here. And then we go on to number 12. Oh my goodness, look at this. What abundance, 10 through 14, all available on the calculator. What's an equation of the graph below? And again, we're looking for points that are like, bam, just like right there in a corner, on a corner of one of these rectangles. So that first coordinate is negative 8, 0. Negative 8 meaning the left and right part, the x value, and then up and down is 0. That's the y value. So at negative 8, 0. And the second point is 0, negative 8. Kind of funky there. We're going to go to a linear equation, and we have 2 points given. And then the x1 will do, this is our first point, negative 8. And use that negative sign just below the 3 key. Negative 8, 0 is my first coordinate. The second point is 0, and then negative 8. So let's see what we have. And it looks like we have y equals negative x plus negative 8. Now, I have it written that way, so forgive me. For the purist, you're going to say, hey, that's just negative 1x minus 8, or even going further, negative x minus 8. These are all three of these are the same thing. Sorry, I didn't write the number 3. I'll just say like this is the same as this is the same as this. So we get y equals negative x minus 8. And look at that. We got a match. Option C. Okay. 13. Oops. 13. Oh, I can't erase it. My goodness. So if x over 8 equals 5, what is 8 over x? Now, there's a way to do this by hand. But again, I just want to use the calculator here. That's going to be an algebra equation. We want to solve this guy first. So we're going to go to solve equation. And the left side is x over 8. X divided by 8. Oh, x divided by 8 and x over 8, same thing. A fraction, just an unfinished division problem. The right-hand side is 5. So we get, okay, cool, x equals 40. So we're going to write x equals 40. Now we're going to plug it into this red boxed equation. So we're going to go algebra equations. We're going to plug in a value. And we're going to go, okay, y equals 8 divided by x. And what x value do we have? Oh, we have x equals 40. Fantastic. We get 0.2, 0.2. Now look, they may say, hey, we would rather a fraction. So what you can do is we're going to quit this for a second. I'm going to go 0.2, math, and then we want it to fraction. Enter, enter. So we get 1/5. Check it out. That's 1/5. That's probably how they want it in the answer, just so you know. So I think they prefer fractions, or at least they did when I was your age. Okay, now we're going to go back to program. Oh my gosh, SAT4. Okay. So then solution system of equations is x, y. What's the value of y? Okay, great. We have that. Algebra equations, option 1. System of two equations, option 1. So this is going to be 24x plus, and it doesn't say 1y, but whenever we have a variable without a coefficient, which means the number before the variable, we're going to assume it's 1. And then the second equation I'll write in blue will be 6x plus, and again, it doesn't have a coefficient front, so we're going to make it a 1, equals 72. So we do that. The a is 24 for the ax plus by equals c. B is 1, and then c is 48. There we go. And then d is 6, e is 1, and then f is 72. Yay, and the value of y is 80. Yay. Okay, look, I'm going to say this, be honest here. When I was younger, I would have just written x equals negative 1.3 because I felt like a pit bull always going after the x value. Man, just remember, always answer the question they're asking. What's the value of y? So y is 80. Okay, just a heads up. Don't mean to browbeat you by that. Okay, question 15, line t in the xy plane is a slope of negative 1/3. So m, which is universal for slope, is negative 1/3, and we have a point 9, 10. Oh, what equation defines this line? Well, check this out. That's going to be a linear equation, and what are we given? We're given point and a slope, option 2. So m is negative 1 divided by 3, and then the x value is 9, and the y value is 10. Fantastic, look at that. So we get the equation we're given is negative 0.3 repeating x plus 13. And so these are both positive x's, a and b, so I'm going to eliminate those. And then look at this. We got the plus 13 here, so it must be this guy. And just so you know, oops, this is negative 0.3 repeating. If I did do this and I quit this, I'm just going to show you one thing. And I had negative 0.3. And by repeating, I'm just going to put, man, seriously, like 9 or 10 or even more threes. And I just press math, enter, enter. I can change it to a fraction, so like negative 1/3 x plus 13, or as it's written, negative x over 3 plus 13. These are all numerically equivalent, these blue boxed equations at the end, just so you know how to do that. So let's go back to the program. Indeed, that is the last equation we can solve, or last problem we can solve with the calculator for test 4, first half of the math section. So look, good luck on your SAT, and I'll catch you next time. We'll probably have the next video up within a few days. Okay, talk to you next time.